Scorpio, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot, and welcome to your May 2017 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising signs. So Scorpio, if you're looking for additional guidance aside from the monthly and weekly tarot forecast that I offer on my channel, please head on over to either Facebook or Instagram and follow me there, because I do actually draw and upload a daily oracle guidance card every single day. If you're interested in receiving a private reading from me, please head on over to northeasttarot.com. All right, so the overall energy for you, Scorpio, for the month of May is actually the World. Okay. The World is a very blessed energy. For some of you, something could be completing. Something has now come full circle. I always say that with the World, it does require patience, because you are easing out of one chapter, easing into the next chapter. So for some of you, you're in this process. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. You are maybe completing a very long chapter within your life. For some of you, you're now moving on to that next chapter. For some other Scorpios, something certainly could be completing. For some of you, you might be traveling. You definitely could be traveling here in the month of May. You're starting out with the Two of Pentacles. You have the Two of Pentacles crossed by the Page of Cups. So for some of you, a child could be very significant with the Page of Cups here. There could be a child that's very significant. For some other Scorpios, with the Two of Pentacles, you have a lot going on. This is you maybe juggling different demands. You have a lot of responsibilities. You could be juggling your finances for some of you. Because I see some of you actually very focused on your finances, your financial stability, financial matters. So for some of you, you know, you definitely could be juggling your finances here. And then for some other Scorpios, this is you, I feel this is you actually making a decision. With the Two of Pentacles, you could be weighing the pros and cons. For some of you, you're actually maybe considering going back to school. For some Scorpios, this is you actually considering going back to school. I feel like you're definitely weighing your options, weighing the pros and cons. This is something that maybe you're deciding about right at the start of the month here. And when it comes to that, you really need to get grounded and you really need to listen to your intuition. For some other Scorpios, there could be some really positive news that's coming in. Now, this could be coming in right at the start of May. If not at the start of May, right at the second week here. The first half of the month, definitely, for many of you, you do have this really positive, exciting news or communication that is going to be coming through for you. Now, maybe this is something that you've been waiting on. I see you dealing with some confusion previously. At your foundation, I have the Seven of Cups. So this is a confusing sort of energy. It also can be, for those of you that are making a decision, this was you maybe dealing with some indecision previously. Also, you might have been looking at some other options. There definitely could have been some Scorpios that you have a lot of options on the table, trying to narrow it down. Maybe trying to make some decisions in regards to, you know, which direction you should go in. In the more recent past, I have the Five of Cups. Now, the good news is this is in the recent past. Fives represent a more challenging energy, and I think that some of you, because maybe a situation was confusing, and maybe some of you were waiting on some news or some communication, that's why we have this Five of Cups here. This is definitely you maybe focused on the more negative side of things, maybe having some regrets. There definitely could be some Scorpios that maybe you went through some sort of loss, some sort of emotional heartache. But some of you, I'm definitely getting a more pessimistic energy here because you're in this process. And things have been confusing. I think that this was you maybe fearing the worst, having your doubts. But that's in the recent past. I now see you at the start of the month actually coming through a lot more grounded. You have the Queen of Pentacles crowning you, a lot more grounded, especially the second, third week, a lot more grounded. I think that you're very focused on financial matters. Some of you are very focused on your career. For those of you who don't work for a living, this is you very focused on your family. You could be very focused on a home. Maybe you're fixing up a home. For some of you, you're maybe waiting on moving house, or this is you contemplating, maybe trying to make a decision whether or not you want to move house. For some of you with the World here, you literally could be moving across the globe. Coming up around the second week, we do have the Page of Pentacles here. So this definitely is some sort of news or communication coming through. For some of you, it's on the financial front. This could be an opportunity that's coming through for you. For some other Scorpios, this could be communication from an earth sign person. You could be thinking about an earth sign person. Maybe you were waiting on hearing from this earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And this definitely could be you receiving that communication around the second week here. Now, what's really interesting is in the position of your power, I have the Seven of Swords, which can be a sneaky sort of energy. There definitely could be some sneaky Scorpios around the second, third week here, which is quite interesting. The Seven of Swords isn't always negative. It can be that sneaky sort of energy, especially when we have the Two of Pentacles here right at the center. So there could be some Scorpios that maybe you're dating multiple people. And maybe you feel the need to sneak around. Maybe you don't want to tell the other person. It could be something like that. But this is also a more risky energy. It can be some sort of risk because you have this communication, maybe some sort of financial opportunity that's coming through around the second week. For some of you, this is you maybe feeling as though it's a big risk or you need to take a risk when it comes to this. For some of you, you've been waiting on maybe manifesting something for quite some time. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the position of how those around you are viewing you, which is someone who has worked very hard. They've planted those seeds, but they've had to wait to reap those rewards from those seeds that they've planted. So, for some of you, you've planted those seeds. You have this opportunity that's coming through, and that's why we have the Seven of Swords here. This might be, you might feel as though it's some sort of gamble or some sort of risk, but because you're sick of waiting, for some of you, you're definitely going to take that risk here for some of you. So there is this maybe financial risk that's coming up for you. But I feel like this is actually something that is quite solid. It's a good risk. It's definitely going to pay off. And your hopes and fears, I think you're fearing something going wrong here. You're fearing the worst with the Five of Swords here. The good news is this is just in the hopes and fears. It's not happening. You're fearing having to deal with any sort of challenging energies or situations or people. Conflicts, arguments, deceit. For a small number of Scorpios, this energy here could be you finding out that maybe someone was lying to you or someone was trying to cheat you in some way. But that's only going to be for a very small number of you. This can definitely even be a suspicious energy here. So I think that you're fearing the worst. For some of you, you're fearing the worst here. So needing to remain positive, definitely needing to get more balanced, because you're actually leaving the month with the energy of the Two of Cups. So this is pretty amazing. So this is your relationship with another person here. That's quite significant at the end of the month. So for some of you, This could be you falling in love with someone. This is reciprocated love. This is you connecting with another person on a deep emotional level. So you could be spending more time with someone. You definitely could be taking a relationship to the next level. For some of you, you're falling in love with someone. Your bond is deepening. For those of you that aren't in a relationship, this could be a business partnership that's very significant here at the end of the month, or a friendship or a family relationship that's quite significant here at the end of the month. For some of you, a child or children are going to be very significant here. So this could be even you growing closer with a child for some of you. But overall, it's going to be a wonderful month for you. I think that for some of you, you're very doubtful when it comes to maybe this new beginning or this news, this opportunity. I think you're a little doubtful, but you're in this process. So patience is required here. Needing to stay focused, needing to stay grounded. For some of you, you have this opportunity coming up, but it is a little risky, but I do still see you going for it. For some of you, I see you sick of waiting. But overall, I think it's going to be a great month for you, to be honest. I don't see any major blockages here. For a lot of the other signs, you know, what I've been seeing is there's a lot of big events that are taking place. For you, yes, you're in this process. But I don't see like a ton of you know, big events that are coming up for you. It's actually, it feels like a lot more of a laid back sort of month, in a good way. This is actually some really good energy. Yes, for some of you, you have this risk that you need to take, but it's on a financial level for many of you here. And I do see it paying off. And then I do see a relationship that's very significant here at the end of the month. Let's clarify here. Let's pull you an additional romance angel card. I will have the decks that I'm using for this reading, Scorpio, listed below in the description bar. Okay. Additional guidance for Scorpio for the month of May. But overall, I think it's going to be a good month for you, financially and emotionally. I see that, you know, the worst is now behind you with the Five of Cups here. In the recent past. So financially and emotionally, it's going to be a good month for you. All right, focusing on love and relationships for Scorpio for the month of May. There we go. All right, and I'm also pulling you an additional Oracle of the Mermaids card. Okay, so I have one card that just slapped out, and it's upright, so that's the one that I want. All right, so in regards to love and relationships, we actually have you deserve love. You are lovable. So for those of you that are single and looking, love is on its way. You are lovable. You need to tell yourself that. And I definitely see some of you actually moving towards maybe getting into a relationship with someone. You could be maybe deciding about that here right at the beginning of the month, but by the end of the month, you definitely could be connecting with this person more. This is also my Sagittarius card, so potentially there could be some Scorpios that maybe are in a relationship with a Sag. If not a Sag, could definitely be an earth sign person. The additional guidance card that I have for you is actually Wave of Power, a surge of power, upswing in energy, exhilarating movement. This is really nice. So you're going to have this wave of power that is coming in for you in the month of May. A surge of power, an upswing in energy. So this is really nice. Potentially this is on the love front. So for those of you that were looking for love, this definitely could be love that's coming in for you. You might see an increase in energy here. I'm really feeling more towards the second half of the month. But this is some really nice energy to work with. For those of you that, you know, you've been maybe working very hard, trying to improve your finances here. This is definitely things improving here. You definitely could see your finances improving. There could be, you know, more financial opportunities coming in for you, especially around the second week. Yeah, and I think it's going to be a great month for you, Scorpio. So I do hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you're interested in receiving a private reading, please head on over to northeasttarot.com. I do wish you a wonderful month, Scorpio. Take care.